Welcome back to Eyewitness News Extra. You know, earlier in this show, we spoke with a professional baseball player, a guy who plays banana ball, but I don't even think he has earned the type of accomplishments that some of our young softball players who are joining us right now from the Bristol under 12 softball squad. We were celebrating you ladies when you won the state championship, and then you got to play your East Regional games not on your home field, but in your hometown of Bristol at the Giamatti Center. And we're joined again by Mary Thompson, who plays second base, and by Ellie Tisha, who's a catcher as well as a right fielder. So I'll start with you, Mary. Just first and foremost, what's it like to be on a team of young athletes like this that has accomplished so much already? It's almost like overwhelming. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a really amazing feeling because it's hard to believe that we've done so much and our luck hasn't run out yet. It's just crazy.
I don't think a whole lot of this had to do with luck. I actually want to start by talking about the state title, Ellie, because, you know, Connecticut is one of the best softball states in the entire country. So you knew you were pretty darn good once you started competing against other towns in Connecticut. What was that run like? Because, again, this is really like, it's not just one run that's worth celebrating. You're two-time champions. Even that state championship had to be nerve-wracking and some close calls. So walk me through what that was like before you were crowned as Queens of Connecticut.
Yeah, they were really close games, and, like, all the teams are really good, and it's not just, like, even Connecticut's really good, too. Like, all the different teams from Connecticut.
So, Ellie, I have to ask you, when this tournament started, did you assume that you were going to be state champs, or did you think it was going to be touch and go? Because, again, I mean, we saw a team from Guilford last year that won the state title, then win the Eastern Regional, and go to the League World Series of softball. So did you – I know you didn't think it was a foregone conclusion, but did you think you had a good shot?
Well, we are a really great team because we practice all the time. We all know each other good, so I thought we had a good chance, but, like, there are also other good teams, too.
Mary, what was it like for you? Because being on a team like this, you know you're obviously all really good players, but you kind of have to gel, and the chemistry has to be there too. So what's the group like? I mean, is it almost a situation where you're like one big family?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we're all friends on and off the field. We have parties together. We just enjoy being together, and that helps our softball be even better.
And Ellie, what was it like? So you win the state title, which I can't even imagine what that was like, and then you get to play in your hometown. And I saw the crowds that you got, and I saw the parades even before you showed up and played your first game. I mean, what role did that have, and what was that like, having that kind of, just joy around the team?
It was really crazy. There were a lot of people everywhere. And, like, even the parade, there were people, like, cheering us on when we were driving in the streets.
Well, and listen, you knew, of course, that people in Bristol were going to kind of wrap their arms around you, but it was like the whole state. Everybody was going crazy. What was that like that, it was sort of like you were competing like crazy against all these other towns and all these other little leagues, but then once you won the title, it was like they were like, all right, we're all Bristol fans now, right?
Yeah, the whole bleachers were like filled up with people. It was really crazy.
Yeah, Mary, I saw those crowds. What was that like for you? See, maybe you guys are just different because you're high-level athletes even at your young ages. That would have made me so nervous, seeing those crowds and everybody like cheering for me. But you guys played some of your best softball in front of those crowds. How were you able to do that?
It was a little nerve-wracking, but we realized that they were all cheering for us and wanted us to play well, so I think we just used it as momentum to fuel us.
Ellie, were you, your first game in the East Regional was a pretty tight game, 4-1, and then in the second game, you dominated, right? You beat Rhode Island. It was at 11-1, right? So you get the championship game, and you knew it was going to be Bristol against Rhode Island. Did you feel like, we can relax now because we beat this team so handily, or did you know it was going to be like a really challenging game?
Well, each team has like different pitchers, so we don't know like if they're going to be better or worse. So we were just going with the same strategy.
And so the pitcher that Rhode Island threw in their championship game was a really terrific pitcher. What was it like battling against her? Because you guys just obviously don't give up, because she was giving you some problems early in the game, right? I think you just had one run earlier in the game. You get to the bottom of the sixth. A lot of people would have said, well, we had a great run. But that's when you girls, like, dug in, right? So how were you able to kind of figure it out as a team, do you think?
Yeah, well, our team, we never give up, and we just keep going until the end. So we knew it was the last inning, so we just tried to give it our all, and then we scored three more runs.
And I think you guys are good luck charms because I said, what was your role in that rally? And you said, well, first and foremost, obviously you're up on the top step cheering all your teammates on. But Mary, you were up next, right? So you were the first person to get to celebrate your teammate after she slid across home plate. I can't even imagine. What was that moment like?
I was just so proud of everybody on this team. We all worked so hard for it, and I'm glad. And just the celebrating was an amazing feeling.
Yeah, what was that like for you, Ellie? Again, I cannot even imagine because I'm never going to bet against Bristol, that's for sure. But I was following the game online, and I saw, oh, they're down 3-1. What a great run. But you clearly didn't give up. Did you know even at the bottom of the sixth, did you feel like you still had a chance, or were you kind of starting to get – I can't imagine you were giving up. But what were your thoughts in the bottom of the sixth like that?
Well, we were all nervous, but, we were just trying to give it our all in the last inning.
I'm looking at the video now. We're all watching the video right now of that celebration. Barry, did you leave your body? Do you even remember what you were thinking and doing as you watch video of yourself now?
I don't even remember doing it. I just remember the feeling of oh my gosh, we actually won. We're going to the World Series, and then a lot of hugs, happy tears, just amazing.
Were you able to focus on one game at a time the whole time? Because I would have been, once you were advancing and getting farther and farther, I would have been thinking about North Carolina and packing a bag and all that kind of thing. Were you able to do that, Ellie, or were you sort of just focusing on one pitch, one game at a time? I know the coaches always say that's what you got to do, and I know your manager, Adam Whitlock, always says, oh, one game at a time, one pitch at a time. But come on, you had to be taking a peek at travel arrangements in North Carolina and all that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, we knew not to get ahead of ourselves, but I feel like we were all deep down thinking of what it would be like if we made it. But we still have to focus on the next games and all that.
So I know this isn't your problem. This is your parents' opportunity. I don't look at it as a problem. But have you figured out exactly how you're gonna get down there and all that kind of stuff? Have you worked out all the details, Ellie?
Yeah, so all the teammates are gonna be flying, and some of the parents are doing different things, flying or driving over.
What's it been like? I think, Mary, so many people, they obviously focus on you guys, which you should. You're the stars. And we interviewed your manager, and he was sort of like, hey, I'm just along for the ride. It's all about these girls. But I know your family's played a huge role in your success, right? So what's it been like for them through this whole process? Because they must be on cloud nine, but also super nervous in the stands and everything.
Yeah, they've done a great job of supporting all of us, taking us early to practices and supporting us, helping us. And I think that just makes them really happy for us because all the work they put into it just shows.
What do you think it's going to be like going back to school, Ellie? I know we're still several weeks away, but no matter what happens in the World Series, I mean, I doubt very many of your classmates are going to be able to say, oh, we played in a World Series. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and even some of my friends, they were texting me saying, great job, and they all heard about it, so I bet a lot of people will know. And
Mary, this specific team, I know it probably changes slightly year to year, but a lot of you ladies have been together for years now, right? Because this is the 12 and under team, but probably a lot of you played together, whether it was last year or whether the 10 and under. So has this sort of been kind of a long time coming, this moment, kind of after a lot of hard work and dedication?
I definitely think so. Because most of us were a core group, but even when new players came, we added them on and treated them like they were our own and just got together to make the goal come true. All
right, ladies, so what do you think you're going to have to do to focus on to hopefully, and no matter what, you've already accomplished so much, but now you're thinking about, okay, your next games. What's the vision right now for you ladies as you prepare for North Carolina? What are you focusing on, Mary?
I think we're trying to have a lot of fun, but also we've got to remember that there's still games going on, and we always want to win, of course, but we just got to practice and just prepare.
Absolutely. How about you, Ellie? What's your mindset like?
Like Mary said, just practice and just be ready for anything that could happen.
Be ready for anything. Has this run exceeded anything that you could have ever imagined?
No.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break here on Eyewitness News Extra, and we're going to chat a little bit more about this upcoming World Series that Connecticut is a part of here on Eyewitness News Extra. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Eyewitness News Extra. You know, I'm so fortunate to be joined by not one, but two incredible athletes that already have more championships than, frankly, most people ever get to win, and they are still Looking for More. We're joined by Mary Thompson and Ellie Tisha. They are both members of Bristol's 12 and under softball team. And we've been celebrating these ladies from when you won the state title. Now you won the East Regional title, and we're all like, hey, you've done it. You've accomplished what you set out to do. You're going to the Little League World Series, but you're like, oh, no, we're not even close to done, right? Yeah. So I want to ask you both about your individual roles on the team. So, Mary, you play second base, but what do you kind of think you bring to the table? I mean, every player brings something different on the field and also off the field. So I want to ask you first about what you bring off the field. What's your personality like, do you think? How do you add to team chemistry?
A lot of people think I'm like more of a quiet person, but I just try to keep up like the positive energy and not stay down on like anything or dwell in the past.
So you keep everybody up. Ellie, I noticed you smiled when Mary said that. What do you think Mary brings to the table?
Well, she's really like funny, and she helps our team. When like someone's down, she always helps bring them up.
Oh, what an amazing thing! And now, Mary, what do you think Ellie brings to the table?
I think she's also like really funny and keeps everybody upbeat and doesn't like worry about what's going on and just like enjoys the moment.
Staying loose. Would you agree with that assessment, Ellie? What else do you think you bring to the table? Because you play right field and you catch, so you kind of do it all. What do you think you bring kind of to team chemistry, though? Is it that positive mentality?
Yeah, I try to help people like on and off the field, and I feel like that just helps with anything.
You know, youth sports, it's much more serious business than when I was a kid a million years ago. And so I'm curious if you ladies are able to play other sports, because I know that with softball alone, there's so much time involved and your parents are running around like crazy. Obviously at 12 years old, you don't have your driver's license yet. So I'll start with you, Ellie. What other sports do you play, and how are you able to kind of find that balance?
I play basketball, and I feel like because that's during the winter and softball's and mostly in the summer, it all balances out. But like, it's fun to play different sports, not just one.
I was gonna say, obviously you ladies don't mind being very, very busy. It seems like there's never a dull moment with you guys. So Mary, how about you? I know you play other sports as well. Tell us what sports you play and kind of how you find the balance.
I play soccer and basketball, and I find the balance kind of by like in the fall, it's more of soccer season, so I put softball as like a second priority and focus on soccer, and same in the winter for basketball.
And now, these answers aren't binding. You can always change your mind, but is softball your favorite sport to play right now? Mary, I can see, Ellie, you're already nodding your head, so it's definitely your favorite sport. Ellie, what about softball do you love so much compared even to other sports?
I just like being with my friends, and like especially our team, we're all so close. And I just like playing softball.
You love the sport in general. How about you, Mary? What do you love about softball, and is it your favorite sport?
Softball is probably definitely my favorite sport because I just play it the most. It's kind of like a different sport, you know, like it has to require a lot of thinking and like a lot of like IQ, like softball IQ, and it's just like, I don't know, it's always sparked to me. It's
kind of like chess on grass and on dirt, right? You kind of have to like think every move through. I'm curious, do you feel as the stakes keep going up and up, and again, like you've already accomplished more than just about anybody in the state, that you won a state title and that you now won an Eastern Regional, how do you like balance the fun with not feeling too much pressure, Mary? Because again, I'm the type that I would like lock up and freeze up. Obviously you guys haven't done that. How are you able to kind of like focus on the positive and keep winning and having fun?
I think we all just remember to include fun activities and not just work. So softball's not just feel like a job, and it's something that we all actually enjoy.
Is that the same with you, Ellie?
Yeah, we all enjoy playing together, and it's just like really fun.
And you must enjoy the pressure as well, right? Because in some ways it's an opportunity. So I do want to ask you kind of about like the serious business here, right? Because you've got the Little League World Series coming up August 3rd, right? Is the first game, and you're going to be playing in North Carolina, and we know that you're going to be playing the winner of California, Kentucky. Your coaches and parents kind of whispered that in my ear. So are you like, is there a lot of preparation that goes in before you play your first game? Will you be, I don't know, watching film or studying box scores? What do you think, Ellie?
Yeah, we'll probably be watching and see how the teams are, like their pitchers and how good they are, like hitting and being all together.
What are the things that you try to learn on tape or with the box scores or something like that? What are the things that you focus on?
Like mostly the pitchers and if they have any different pitches and all that, and then also the hitters too.
And then how about you, Mary? How do you go about your preparation?
I think we just look at everything kind of. We just like look at all the little details that could help us win the game.
What's it been like for you, Mary? I know Ellie was talking to me earlier about the fact that she's been getting texts from some of her friends at school. What's it been like with all these people, not just in Bristol, not even just in Connecticut? Now you're representing the whole Eastern region. What's it like hearing from all these people like cheering you on as a hometown hero?
It's really cool because people who sometimes I didn't even know come up to support. It's just like a great feeling.
Have you signed any autographs yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. I like that. Not yet. Maybe at the Little League World Series, if you pay enough money, Ellie and Mary will sign some stuff for you. I'm just kidding. What's it been like before we go? What's it been like? Do you have siblings? All right.
Yeah.
What's it been like dealing with your siblings? Have you been sort of winning some inter-family rivalries because it's like, hey, I'm a big shot right now, or is it kind of like as it always is? What do you think, Ellie?
Mostly how it always is. But my brother's also like really funny at games. He takes his shirt off.
Oh, he takes. Wait, is it your brother older or younger?
Younger.
So he still figures out a way to steal the spotlight?
Yeah, always.
Younger brothers are like that, I have to tell you. And how about you, Mary?
I think my siblings have been really supportive towards me, showing up to all the games and jerseys and cheering me on, and I've been grateful.
So a lot of the fans are showing up in jerseys. One fan has been taking that jersey off. No names, but Ellie's little brother. Getting a lot of attention. I'm sure your families, they've just been enjoying this whole ride right along with you, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Mary Thompson and Ellie Tisha, thank you so much for joining us. Again, they are not just the state champs, they're the Eastern Regional champs, the 12 and under softball, and they are on their way now to the Little League World Series in North Carolina. And guess what? We're going to keep cheering you on, and we're going to have you on again, all right? Is it a deal?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
All right.